And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles, the basketball capital of the world. Fox Sports West is proud to present Lakers basketball. Tonight, the Lakers play host to the Charlotte Bobcats. And hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Bill McDonald, of course, alongside Stu Lance. Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is a game the Lakers should win. They're going up against a team with the worst record right now in the NBA, and they're a mess at 3-18, the Charlotte Bobcats. However, in one of the strange stats of all time, the Lakers have only a losing record to two franchises. One, the Celtics, you might suspect that. The other, the Bobcats, since their inception a few years ago.
You might have had some people who were wondering if you put that in a trivia question, who was that second franchise? But you're right. The Bobcats owned the series against the Lakers in their short history, but tonight it shouldn't be that way. The Lakers playing at home, and the Bobcats, obviously the worst team in the league on the road, and overall the Lakers should prevail, and it's going to be an interesting matchup with the Smalls tonight.
Yeah, we got a good guard matchup because Kobe Bryant and Gerald Henderson will go at each other most of the night tonight.
They have a history in the last year or so of having some pretty nice battles, and Kobe is one of those that never backs down from a challenge, and as Minnesota found out on Sunday, 35 points and 14 boards, and it was his heroics late in the game that sealed the deal for the Lakers after blowing an 18-point third-quarter lead. They had to hang on, actually fell behind by a point, but somehow, at the expense of Kobe and everybody else, the Minnesota Timberwolves fell at home. And tonight is going to be another matchup with Gerald Henderson. I talked about the guard matchup, but Gerald Henderson is very athletic. He's young, and he's one of those players that will try to get right into the face of Kobe, try to slow him down, but it's going to be a very difficult task. Very few have ever been able to accomplish that particular feat.
Lakers finally scored 100 again in a game the other night in Minnesota. Charlotte is the second worst defensive team in the entire league. We'll see if the Lakers can feast off of the Bobcats here tonight. When we come back, we'll set it outside. The fellas will get you all teed up. It's the Bobcats and the Lakers tonight from Staples Center. Have fun, everybody. Here in Los Angeles, and then the Lakers will not be home for 2 weeks. Valentine's night, they will be back against Atlanta. The Grammy trip is upcoming, but first things first, Charlotte on the agenda. Meta World Peace will get his second start of the season. His initial start was Sunday in Minnesota. Lakers came out on top with only their second road victory. There is Mike Brown. He's in his first year of a 4-year deal with the purple and gold. Let's talk about the Charlotte Bobcats struggling. They've lost 8 straight, lost 14 of 15. Ouch. 3-18 on the year. And Boris Diaw, you know him from his Phoenix Sun days. There's Paul Silas. During his playing days, he was a 2-time All-Star and All-NBA defensive player. This is his 12th year as a head coach. More on Meta World Peace and that spot that has been in transition. Here's Chris McGee. Chris.
Yeah, Bill, you just mentioned he's starting for the second consecutive night. Mike Brown just continues to shuffle the lineup when it comes to that small forward position. He started with Devin Ebanks the first 4 games. Lakers went 2-2, and then it looked like Matt Barnes might take it. He started the next 16 games that went 9-7, but after Meta played well against the Clippers and that loss with the Bucks, they decided to go with him. They're just looking for stability and some consistency. The bottom line, Bill, it looks like it's going to be a revolving door until someone takes the spot.
Here's Kobe rising and shooting. It's going to be off, and Pau Gasol gets the garbage underneath and doesn't get the whistle. And it will be a 4-on-1, except it's knocked out of bounds by Kobe. Mike Brown said just a change of scenery is what he was looking for with Meta World Peace, Stu.
Well, he was looking for more than a change of scenery. He was looking for production, and I guess with the Lakers' last game and the victory, why fix it if it's not broke? I guess they're 1-0 with World Peace as a starter.
Meta did not hit a field goal in that game. 33 minutes 0 for 4 and had 2 points. First possession for the Bobcats, and working underneath and scoring that time is Boris Diaw, who came in way out of shape, and still I don't think is where he wants to be. And talk about inconsistency, he has been wildly up and down for this team, and it's been maddening to Paul Silas.
Let's see what's maddening for this game if the Lakers can't play with the consistency for 48 minutes.
Now the big three combined for 84 points the other night in Minnesota, and Andrew Bynum misses his first. Rising and missing is the #1 pick, Kemba Walker out of UConn, and you can see how tiny he is, 6'1" amongst a bunch of giants. Here's Kobe. He's going to get a whistle, and he's going to get 2 free throws upcoming.
Yeah, you can see Kobe very aggressive to start. First 2 shots coming in the first minute and a half or so of play, minute and 15 seconds. So he'll go to the line and shoot 2. You were talking about Kemba Walker. Another one of those small, quick guards that the NBA has fallen in love with.
Their number 1 point guard, DJ Augustine, is still out, probably going to be back next week. Augustine has missed the last 4 games with a toe injury. However, Charlotte is getting a couple of bodies back tonight. You mentioned Gerald Henderson was out. He re-injured his back about a week or so ago against Philly. And Reggie Williams should make his debut tonight. He has been out the entire year with a torn cartilage. Here's Kemba Walker, has that step-back jump shot a la Monte Ellis. I'll remind you a little bit of him in that regard. Jop, the big guy in the middle. And here's Henderson, rising and missing, and Andrew Bynum, who didn't get his first rebound until the second half in Minnesota, has his first here in the first minute and a half.
But he did a very good job after he picked up that first rebound. What did he end up in Minnesota? 7 or 8 boards.
7 rebounds. Pau Gasol in the middle, not going to get there, and Jop has the rebound.
Here's the early offense that the Bobcats should try to get through quite a bit, because they're struggling so much in their half-court sets that you want to score as easily as possible, and the best way to do that is in your early offense.
You're absolutely right. Their half-court offense has been awful, and they're 26th in the league in scoring at 88.9, and they give up over 100 points a game, next to last in the NBA. Pau Gasol, Kobe Bryant, three-pointer. He's got it, Kobe Bryant, and the Lakers lead at 5-2.
And you can see Kobe coming out very aggressive to start the game. He does things differently. Some nights he'll look to get the bigs going, but then he'll feel like, I need to get the team jump-started with my own offense.
There's Walker and that jump shot from the outside. He's coming off his first career triple-double. He went 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists as the Lakers answer right back with another 3 in Kobe.
Kobe Bryant has a very long memory, trust me, and he remembers last year in Charlotte, people were saying that Henderson was playing good defense on him. And sometimes that's the worst thing you can do with a great offensive player.
Teams split the season series last year. Bobcats are 3-4 lifetime here at Staples Center and own a winning record against the Lakers, all the different installments. Their best team was just a couple of years ago when they made the playoffs, only time that they made it. That was the Ray Felton, the Gerald Wallace, Steven Jackson team back in 2010.
Well, we've got this slight delay as they clean up some liquid that was knocked out of the expensive seats. Somebody sitting in the expensive seat didn't protect their whatever they had there in a cup. So they're cleaning up the court to protect the players from slipping and falling. As we get another look at Kobe scoring all 8 of the Lakers' points. 2 free throws and 2 from long distance. Just comes down off the dribble and bang! That is nice.
Leading the NBA in scoring at 30.2. He plays about 38.5 minutes a game, which is 5 more than he was playing last year. And he started the game, Stu, 91 shy of Shaquille O'Neal for number 5 spot in the NBA. Now, if he continues at his 30-point scoring clip, he should catch Shaq on the trip in Utah. Find him with another rebound.
You mean he won't catch him tonight?
He might. Here's a great pass from Meta World Peace and an easy deuce.
Wow, that was close to being a violation, though. Andrew was out of bounds and barely got his other foot in to make that a legal hoop.
10-5 Lakers early going. That's a good little dish. Jop can't score underneath, trying to work it. Henderson on a cut. Nice pass underneath and the slam home by Tyrese Thomas.
One of the things that the Lakers were really negligent on in their last game against Minnesota was defensive rebounding. Gave up too many offensive rebounds. And to start this one, looks like they're going to have that issue to deal with.
To the tune of 24 Wolves offensive rebounds. 24.
I don't know how you win a game giving up 24 offensive rebounds.
Minnesota shot 35%. That's the only chance. Here's a block by Bynum. Good play by Andrew. And Kobe will bring it up 4 minutes into the game and leading by 5.
Comes the heat check.
How hot is he? Oh! Not going to get there, and it's going to be taken by Kemba Walker. For his size, a remarkable rebounder, really. Really hits the glass well.
Does a good job of filling in that mid-range area for rebounds, the free throw line. And that's what you want out of your guards, to look to rebound the long ball.
Bynum gobbles that one up. He has 3. Pau Gasol, who has the ball, has 2 rebounds and holds it up high. That's mid-range. Could be Cash. Not going to get there. And Jop controls for Charlotte. Bobcats 1-10 on the road. This is Michael Jordan's team. He has the final say on all decisions. Henderson hits it from the baseline.
Did a good job that time, Gerald Henderson. The screen was coming to his left, and defensively Kobe was starting to shade that way to get ready to deal with the screen. So he goes away from it and gets the jumper.
Henderson, 24 years old and known as a good defender. Here he is on Kobe, although Kobe getting the best of him in the early going. Good screen, and he and Powell kind of ran into each other. Walker has a trailer, foul by Peace, and they're going to count it. They're going to count the basket.
Of course, that's continuation. I don't know why Meta World Peace is upset. You know, if you're going to wrap him up, you have to wrap him up. You can't foul him, then let his arms go, as the ball was turned over by Kobe, trying to split the defenders. And Kemba Walker too fast. That's continuation. That's a good call. Good call. Grab the wrong arm, Meta. He's right-handed. Grab the right arm.
Free throw time for Kemba Walker, UConn. Very quick. Will get you off the dribble. Short on the free throw. Bynum right on the line, but he was being pulled out of bounds by Job. Should go to the Lakers, and I think it will. And it does.
Well, I don't understand the call then.
Yeah, I don't either.
Well, if he's getting pulled, it's a foul. If he's out of bounds, it's their ball. You can't have
pulling them, then holding them up, and then falling down. Lakers, good entry pass to Kobe. Scoring, foul, assist. Derek Fisher, who had 7 in the game on Sunday. Kobe in double digits. What'd you say about 91 tonight? 10. Here was 6:41 to play in the quarter.
Well, again, that time Henderson so concerned about trying to face guard and see which side Kobe was going to come out that he lost sight of Kobe. And nice pass from Fish. Easy hoop. Kobe with 10, trying to make it 11. 11 of the 14, or 11 of the 15. Now 10 of the 14.
Kobe Bryant was very impressive the other night with those 14 rebounds that he had. We know that he can score with 35 points. The 14 boards were his season high. This is going to be a turnover, offensive foul.
Again, how many times do you see centers or bigs get called for the illegal screen? Most of it's because they'll set a screen and won't give themselves a 1.5 count before they roll to the basket. They hit contact and go, and then the officials call it as a block.
One of those games, Lakers hope to get out on top early as Andrew muscles his way around Ghana Jop, and he's going to go to the line and shoot 2. Get the starters off the floor. They've been playing a ton of minutes, especially the last game where you kind of saw that coming before the game that they were going to need to play a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have to do whatever it takes sometimes to get out of a bad situation. The bad situation the Lakers were in is they just weren't winning any games, especially on the road.
Andrew shooting his free throws much better than last week. Win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Lakers home game, fans, courtesy of Verizon Wireless. For your chance to win, text TICKETS 525-377 by the end of the game tonight, and you're entered. There'll be one winner per game. Again, tickets 525-377 now. For alternate entry and rules, go to Lakers.com. No purchase necessary, void where prohibited, and text charges apply. Got our first substitution, and it's Byron Mullins from Ohio State, third-year guy, 7 foot 275. Bit of a defensive liability, but he will give you some offensive prowess. Had a career-high 23 points in their last game.
With Mullins coming in now, they're getting a different look from offensively. Jop is a rebounder type, and Mullins is going to take Andrew away from the basket. The guy can shoot the ball from the perimeter.
Diaw, who had a 27 in a game against the Knicks, all about where his head's at and effort. It seems like he's engaged tonight. Mullins has a rebound. Lakers up by 3. Kemba Walker played some point, played a little 2 alongside Augustine this year.
Got to play him.
Yeah, there it is. He's not shy, is he?
No, because he's a good shooter.
World peace. Down the right side comes Kobe. Pull up for Fisher. Off the glass, Derek Fisher for 2.
Brilliant decision by Fish. The big guy kept backpedaling a little bit. Go ahead and pull up in no man's land and shoot the baby jumper.
Derek Fisher, his first basket, his first shot, averages 5.5. His season high this year is 13. Diao to Walker. Here's the pick and leaves him open for the free throw line. Andrew Bynum skying to get that rebound.
Well, you think Kemba Walker heard footsteps from Powell? He had a wide open 15-footer when he went up, but then Powell kept coming, and that length distracted the shooter quite a bit.
Team fouls. Bobcats have 3, Lakers 1. With just under 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Lakers looking for their 13th win of the year, trying to get 4 games above 500. Henderson didn't bite. Jacoby said, I'll just go. You're not going to challenge.
You know how hard that shot is? Not one head fake, 3 head fakes, and then shoot it. You talk about a break rhythm shot. As Paul Silas says, let's talk it over. Maybe the one thing that can cool off Kobe is a little bit of time standing over there on the sideline. Kobe's got 12 of the 20, and the Lakers opened up their largest lead of the contest as the Bobcats see what a lot of teams have seen. Kobe scoring.
Proud to present Lakers basketball, brought to you by El Pollo Loco. Now they have 5 combos for $5. They're the combos the other combos wish they could be. Get them now. Welcome back to Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Lakers started the night a game and a half behind the Clippers and 3 back in the loss column. And we got some injured. Bobcats, you see Corey Maggette, the familiar face, and DJ Augustine. Maggette has not played since January the 4th because of that hamstring, and DJ, he means a lot to this team, quite obviously. DJ Augustine averages 13.5 points a game, and he was playing really well before he got hurt.
Yeah, he really was. But that's what injuries can do for you. You know, you can just take you out of the lineup, and then sometimes when you try to come back, you just don't have that same groove, and it's hard to get jump-started again.
This is a team that is searching for direction. They have wasted a bunch of draft picks over the years. Here's Diao, going to be short. Kyle Gasol, there's a push-off underneath.
Oh, and Troy Murphy,
who is in the game, and so is Andrew Goudlock. So the first couple of substitutions for the Lakers, Murphy and Goudlock.
Another opportunity on the loose ball foul on the rebound attempt.
Lakers have given up 2 offensive rebounds up to this point. After that 24-point effort, nearly a travel by Thomas and a foul as he's going up to shoot, and he'll go to the line for a couple.
World Peace started off with a lot of basketball, it seemed, but obviously went off the ball onto the arm. World Peace not too happy with the call, but just stripping him and catches him on the wrist. Easy call for the official.
Second personal, 3rd team foul, and Thomas knocks it down. Shot blocker is Tyrus Thomas, 6'10", 225, and MWP will have to sit. And Matt Barnes, who had been starting the majority of the games at that position, will come in at the 4:20 mark of the first. Matt played 13 minutes off the bench, scored a couple of points, and his minutes obviously have diminished. Not only his starting role has, but his minutes overall the last 3 games. 2 free throws, and it's a 5-point game. First quarter.
The Lakers doing a pretty good job defensively. Just a 35% shooting team up until this point. But coming in, they're not that great of a shooting team, so you don't want to let them get going.
Lakers shot 50% on Sunday and again continue to shoot the 3-ball better. 8 for 19. Kobe especially. Not that time. Mullins has a rebound. Troy Murphy, who's in. Get a 3-2. Here's the baseline jumper. Mistimed jump by Barnes. They'll give him an offensive board. Henderson. Tipped up. No, Troy Murphy's battling. Pretty good production for the minutes he plays.
Yeah, they got lucky that time because Thomas was well above the crowd, just couldn't contain it.
Kobe being aggressive over Boris Diaw.
Being aggressive is an understatement. He has really come out here in the first quarter looking to put points on the board. That's points number 14. 5 out of 8 from the field.
Past Kareem this weekend for most field goals in Laker history. Run down some of the other records that he already holds later. Here's Diaw.
He's aggressive too. Boris has really come out looking to shoot the basketball.
Diaw averaging only 8.5 points a game, but across the board he puts up numbers, nearly 6 rebounds and 4 assists a game. Henderson picks up the personal foul.
Well, when you come to play against a player like Kobe, you're going to have your hands full. You know you've got to work every second that you're on the floor. You take 1 second off, and Kobe will beat you.
Matt Carroll, who, by the way, was a teammate of Troy Murphy's back at Notre Dame. They played together in South Bend. He's an 8-year pro, 6'6", 212.
Another shooter.
Yep, double figures his last 3. Now Kobe isolated. And he knocks it down. Red hot, Kobe Bryant.
Looks isolated to me, too.
Why not?
He's on that island, and Mr. Brown said, please, guys, help me a little bit.
Trying to follow up one monster game with another. Lakers with a 9-point lead. It's coming easy tonight so far. Carroll, not close. Kobe has a board and a chance for a break, something we don't see often with the Lakers.
Trust me, it'll end up being a half-court set.
Kobe, little magic, scores it. Nice dribbling, Kobe Bryant. He's still got it, doesn't he? 18 points.
Bad hands and all. Bad hands, bad wrist.
What a quarter. Powell came out on fire last game with 14. Kobe's got 4 more than that. 5 on the shot clock. 2 minutes in the quarter. Diaw can't hit. Goes off the hands and the head of Barnes. Lakers shooting over 50% and holding the Bobcats to 26%. Thus, the 11-point lead. Kobe again.
That's shot number 11 here in the first quarter.
I'm just sensing something special here tonight. Kemba has a good little shot off the dribble. Diaw hustling, and out of bounds it goes.
And I think Mike Brown, after this timeout, will probably have Jason Capono at the scores table. I'd say he's coming in for number 24. 1 minute, 34 to go in the first quarter, and thanks to 18 from Kobe Bryant, the Lakers lead 26-15.
Indian Bingo and Casino, 66 miles from Staples Center. Gives us a look at the upcoming schedule. A lot of acts right here, the Grammy trip. All games on KCAL 9. Stu and I will be there for you, except for the Boston game, which is a nationally televised game on a Thursday night, the 9th. And then, as I mentioned, 2 weeks from tonight, Atlanta on Valentine's Day. Kobe Bryant so far, Stu, outscoring the entire opposition.
Yeah, obviously that's good for Kobe, and the Lakers have a good lead, but now Kobe's out. Now everybody else has to jumpstart. Kobe was 7 for 11. Rest of the team was 3 for 9. So let's see who picks up the offense now.
A former Bobcat is in his place, and that's Jason Capono. Played there for a year. He also played for their coach Paul Silas a year in Cleveland the previous year, so Capono is in. Capono played, about 7 minutes, had nothing across the board the other day, so we'll see if he can contribute in the box score. Gowlock, you know what? So much confidence.
Andrew Gowlock is playing his kind of game. They've got him playing the point, but he's looking to be a scoring point guard. He's a shooting guard by reputation. So he's relaxed now and playing a lot better.
Remember, he went to a college in Carolina, too. College of Charleston. So he's familiar with the area. Back there. Gowlock, good move.
There's the runner.
That's his staple shot. Gets his own rebound and is fouled. He's a find so far, isn't he?
He's a quiet young man, but I tell you, he plays this game with a real fire in his belly. Most scorers have a little bit of fire in their belly because they're looking to be aggressive.
Last 3 games, almost 20 minutes per game. His season average is 11.3 in those. 14 points, 13.7 points in the last 3. And he's given them a consistent 3-point look.
Well, he gets his first free throws of the contest. The Lakers are, 4 out of 5 from that distance.
And the Lakers on the year, 74% as a team. They're on an 11-2 run. Kobe with 18 deservedly gets the rest. DJ White is in the game. So DJ White, who's also been on the injured list, is in. Was outplaying Boris Diaw before he went down. Good solid backup. DJ White wearing number 8.
Another one of those high fly guys. So you got to make sure you fundamentally do the job. Put a body on him. Don't give him a free run, a free lane to the rim.
Interested to see Bismack Biyombo a little bit later on, a lottery pick. And
he'll make that shot all day long.
Mullins will. Stops the 12-2 Laker run. Mentioned Mullins coming off that career high. He went 10 for 17, 23 points. But they need him to play defense. But the fans love him back in Charlotte.
You see right now the Lakers should go right at it. Go right back into Mr. Bynum.
Murphy, little stutter step. Down the middle he goes all the way. Travel. Turn it over with 18 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. I like Troy running off the three and attacking the rim. He's settled a lot for three-point plays or three-point shots. And a little travel, but in the NBA, I don't know how they call that. They do that all the time.
Just 2 turnovers for the Lakers in the quarter. Walker, good pass underneath. Double pump fake. Going to be free throw time as both Barnes and Bynum went into the air. DJ White free throws.
Well, they knew what was coming. Mr. White was getting ready to throw one down, so let's see if he can make 2 free throws. We know he can dunk.
DJ White. Charlotte already thinking back there about the lottery. I was reading something in the Charlotte Observer today. Rick Bonnell, one of their columnists, they're already trying to identify players that they might pick. Sullinger from Ohio State, Anthony Davis from Kentucky, Andre Drummond from UConn, Harrison, Barnes from North Carolina. As Kobe comes back in.
For the last shot of the quarter, Kobe comes back into the game. So I wonder who is going to probably take the shot.
Do you think he checked himself in? Coach, I'm coming in. This is my time.
No, I don't think he did. But I've seen it happen a few times in my career.
See if Kobe gets the ball. He wants it. There he goes. 3-pointer at the buzzer. Just short. But a good quarter for the Lakers, scoring 30, and they're up by 12.
Very good offensive quarter for the Lakers overall as Kobe leading the way. Lakers as a team had 30. Kobe had 18 of the 30. Next high score, Goudlock with 4, Bynum with 4. So we'll head to the second quarter. Lakers up by a dozen.
Toyota Dealers, the official vehicle suiting up with the Lakers for 35 years. Go to Lakers.com to take a Toyota virtual tour and enter to win prizes from your Southern California Toyota dealers. Up by 12, Lakers now playing defense. Higgins is in the game. Corey Higgins is a guard out of the University of Colorado at Boulder. 6'5", 180. He's wearing number 11 for the Bobcats. Capono back in for Kobe. So Kobe came in to take that shot as Stu suspected, and now he's back out. Bynum is big. They're battling underneath. Carroll comes up with it. That's their 5th offensive rebound.
You just can't keep giving teams offensive opportunities.
You know, I was looking at the first quarter stats. No steals for the Lakers. Now, that's nothing unusual other than the fact they didn't have a steal in the entire game in Minnesota. It was the first time since 2005 and only the second time since they started keeping that stat in 73-74 that the Lakers did not have a steal. So it's been 5 full quarters, but they've been playing pretty good defense because they held Charlotte to under 27% in that quarter.
Well, that possession there, Andrew Bynum did a real good job of sealing. They just misfired on the pass. That was a nice read by Murphy, but the pass was just off the mark.
Carroll, the pick by Mullins. Lakers fight through it. 9 on the shot clock, a minute into the quarter. They're looking for the right combinations in chemistry still at 3 and 18. Goudlock pushes up to Barnes, who will always run the floor and give you energy. Andrew and Murphy are set up behind the arc. They feed the beast in Bynum. And with 10, it's back to Goudlock with his runner. That time not going to get there. Rebound DJ White.
I wonder if he has that runner off the glass. That angle that time on the move, that's been a perfect angle to use the backboard.
This team averaging only 88.9 per game. And during this 8-game losing streak, only 85 points a game. So they are offensively challenged. A reminder to stay tuned in the second half for the Carl's Jr. Sports Update with Chris McGee.
And as long as the Lakers can keep this comfortable cushion, they can keep some players on the bench. And some players I'm talking about are number 24 and number 16. These guys need some little extra time on the sideline.
Reggie Williams in, same namesake as the old Georgetown player, but this is a guy out of VMI in his second year and taking advantage of a good move, just turning to his right and scoring. Bynum now has 6.
Taking advantage of his size also. He just backed Mullins in under the basket and scored rather easily.
So this team is not good in the paint, Charlotte. In fact, they gave up 21 dunks or layups in their loss to Washington at home, but an offensive rebound and score. Easily, Reggie Williams making his debut of the season tonight.
I mean, at times you wonder if the opposition should just try to shoot it and see if they can get the offensive rebound.
You know, you said that the other night and you meant it.
Yeah, I mean, the way they were getting offensive boards.
Andrew again, kicks it out. Gowdlock is open. Got it.
Nice.
Assist Bynum.
Nice pass off the dribble by Andrew. Normally he picks it up with one or two hands, holds it high over his head, and telegraphs, gives the defense time to rotate over. That time it was a very quick off the dribble pass.
Slowly, surely, three-point percentage for the team coming up. They're 3 for 7. Mullins answers right back with a bucket of his own. He has 4 points.
Well, Troy's was guarding Mullins on that play, okay? You know Andrew Bynum's in the game. Get up into Mullins' chest, make him put the ball on the floor, right into the teeth of your defense.
They need him to rebound a little bit more. Had just 3 in 31 minutes against the Wizards in a loss that they could have won. Same move by Bynum, and he slams it home. No defense there. 8 points for Andrew.
Very good decision to dunk it, because if he tries to lay that up, I think that one may have been blocked. As Paul Silas wants to talk it over, he says, first of all, we start the game off, we couldn't stop number 24. That's no news bulletin. Now we're in a position where we can stop number 17, Andrew Bynum, who has taken over with 8 points and 7 rebounds.
Andrew Gowdlock, Lakers lead 37-22. Welcome to Staples Center. I'm Chris McGee. The minutes are starting to pile up for Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol. That might be dangerous as they get ready to head out on a 6-game road trip starting on Friday. Kobe and Pau both rank in the top 6 in the league for minutes played. Kobe ranked 2nd at 38.6, Pau 6th at 37.7. Kobe's actually played 40 or more minutes 7 of the last 10 games, and Pau over 40 minutes 3 of the last 5. Stu and Billy and I talked to Mike Brown. He said obviously he knows those are a lot of minutes, but right now it's about winning. They have to win games. They can rest later. Tonight, guys, maybe it'll be an opportunity to rest these guys.
And that's the game plan. Try to get a nice cushion like they have, but hold on to it so that they can get some rest for their long trip that's coming up.
And to take it a step further, Andrew at 4 minutes per, and that's 7 more than he averaged last year. Derek Brown's left-handed jumper is off, and Gowdlock will bring it into the front court. 8.5 to play. First half, 15-point lead. Murphy for 3. Yes!
He's telling Mullins, you think you can shoot from distance? Check out the books. I've got a history of shooting a 3 myself.
And he's getting a little more arc on it now. We saw him shooting it very flat the first couple of weeks of the season, maybe getting in a little better shape. Remember, he was sick for a while, was Troy Murphy. There's a shot on the way, in and out. And boy, underneath, that's a good offensive rebound again by Derek Brown. And he'll learn free throws out of that.
You know, if I were coaching the Lakers in practice, what
would you do?
The only drills we would work on for a while would be
boxing out,
rebounding. I'd have one team, the second team would be on the offense all the time. They'd shoot it, and first team would have to go get it. And we'd take it the other way and turn it around.
Derek Brown, who got that board, averaging 10 points a game over his last 5. All right, here's your poll question. Get online, get involved. FoxSportsWest.com. Who should be the Lakers starter at small forward? They've all started. They've all had their opportunity. Ebanks, Barnes, or World Peace. Log on to FoxSportsWest.com/Lakers to cast your vote right now. Should be an interesting result. Meta has not been, save for a couple of games, much of an offense of threat. Here's Matt Barnes, had that string of starts. Gowdlock eating into some serious time at the point. Steve Blake was cleared to run on the treadmill and get evaluated here in the next day or so. So he could be a week or so away. Hopefully, we'll see him on the trip. In trouble, 1 on the shot clock, and they score!
I'll tell you something, Andrew put a clinic on the footwork that time. Double teamed. He did an excellent job of anchoring the pivot, double stepping with the off foot, and getting a layup.
Well, he is maturing in that offensive game. 7 rebounds, 10 points, couple of Lakers in double figures. They continue to roll on this team that's won just 3 this year. I mean, they are not good, to say the least. Here's Henderson over Capono, not close, just to beat the clock, but going another offensive rebound.
Just throw it up there. You'll get a rebound.
And hopefully near the basket, right? And they got it. That is an offensive rebound and a follow basket by Derek Brown.
Absolutely. They're shooting 27% from the field. Lakers are shooting 55%. You would think that Lakers would be up a little bit more than 16.
Yeah, rebounds are tied at 19, but we'll get to the offensive numbers after the next timeout. Barnes, offensive rebound numbers. Capono couldn't save it. Turnover, Lakers, that's their 4th on the night.
And I talked about Andrew putting on a nice little footwork clinic. Double teamed, and Job was wondering, how'd he do that? Where'd he go? He's kind of big to be going by me that easily. Andrew said, hey, I got skills.
And kind of big to the tune of 7 feet 285, but those boxing skills that he worked to get in better shape during the offseason. Playing well, staying on the floor. That's what it's all about. Top 10 rebounds, field goal percentage, and blocks.
Nice block there.
Add another one to his total. Powell be in at the whistle. So will Kobe. Cowdlock. Murphy. Great ball movement. Back to Murphy. He drives. Aggressive. Feeding Andrew. He's going to score an unselfish time down the floor for the Lakers.
Good ball movement by the Lakers. Those are the kind of plays that the coaching staff really get excited about, and then they'll use that as an example each and every time down.
10 assists on 17 field goals for the Lakers. Just under 6 minutes to play. That's a good cut, a give and a go, and a score.
And Mike Brown not too happy about how easy things are happening. They're just missing some shots because they're getting some pretty good looks. Lakers with a 44-28 lead is Andrew Bynum making things happen. He's got 12 and 7.
They're rocking in the front row. Tom Petty and one of his heartbreakers, Mike Campbell, who, if our research is correct, it's his birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday to Mike. And this February, NASCAR's best will converge Daytona International Speedway for NASCAR's biggest race. You know, they start with their Super Bowl. As defending Sprint Cup champ Tony Stewart and rookie Danica Patrick highlight a full field of drivers looking to take home auto racing's ultimate prize. Fox Sports is proud to bring you exclusive coverage of the Great American Race. It's the 54th running of the Daytona 500 on the 26th of February. Second quarter shooting. Charlotte continue their woes. 4 for 13. Lakers hot. 6 out of 7. Missed just one field goal.
Yeah, they are really making it look easy on the offensive end.
Kobe picking up right where he left off when he went to the bench. Bryant now 8 for 13, 20 points in the contest, along with 2 rebounds.
I have to get on number 24. Doesn't have any assists yet.
And he leads this team in that department. 5.5. Gerald Henderson gets a little payback, tiny bit of payback on
the
Kobe.
one thing you don't want to do if you're Paul Silas is have Gerald Henderson try to match baskets with Kobe.
Gerald Henderson, a restricted free agent. That was a scoop pass and a bad one by Meta World Peace. 3-on-2. The trailer is Derek Brown, and he slams it home.
Well, World Peace had the right idea. It's the wrong selection of passes. If he'd have bounced that pass, it probably would have gotten through.
MWP out on top. Kobe comes around a screen by Powell to control. Gasol right now just 2 points. Kobe aggressive underneath, tripled up and fouled. 3 Bobcats came over growling.
Hey, they said you got 20 points. If you're going to get 22, you better get it from the free throw line. Nothing easy coming here this time. Kobe goes right around Gerald Henderson, and then a host of players are there to meet him. 2 free throws. Kobe's already missed one of his 3 free throws.
Again, let's not take for granted what we're witnessing with this guy, number 24, the franchise record holder in points, games, minutes, field goals attempted, 3-pointers made and attempted, top 5 in steals, assists, and free throws attempted.
And most of the time we do take it for granted.
Yeah.
I mean, he has spoiled all Laker fans with his brilliance. He is just a remarkable talent and competitor.
And again, we will keep tracking till he becomes the 5th highest scorer in the history of this league.
And then we're going to stop?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought
no, but he's going up against his buddy
him.
Shaq. Shaq is next.
Okay.
And he's right around the corner. We're not stopping. Henderson got in trouble. Diao guns it underneath. Hey, what? Derek Brown is doing some work.
Wide open. You could have made that shot.
I could have.
Maybe I exaggerated a little bit.
I could have. 11 minutes, 10 points for Derek Brown. Maybe not under duress like Derek does. Brown, by the way, pretty good. 4 for 6 and 3 rebounds. There he is.
In 11 minutes, he's almost a point a minute man for them. And they need all the offense they can get.
All the points in this quarter out of Xavier.
Look how good it's going for the Lakers. World Peace just hit a step back. First shot of the contest.
Go along with a rebound, a couple of assists. He does have 2 fouls. 50-34, so another offensive
steal
outburst. There's your steal
by Kobe.
Fisher, so the drought is over. Fish trying to operate. He'll lift it and miss. Boris Diaw with the board. Lakers still shooting just under 60% in the game. Walker. Kemba can't score. Pau Gasol with the board. That's his 5th. Averages 16.5 points a game. Very aggressive last game. Where Kobe even came out after the game and said, my big guys played very aggressively. It really helped. Kind of a goudlock shot. Little runner. Well, time by Kobe.
Yeah, a fake pass in the air, then the shot.
Henderson, corner of the key. Boy, they can't shoot tonight, can they? They've been having bombs all season long.
Yeah, I was going to say, you told me they couldn't shoot all season.
Well, you're right.
Not just tonight.
Well, it's the trend, and the beat goes on, right? Something's going on when you've lost 3 of 21.
Well,
I mean, one only 3 of 21.
The Lakers take a 20-second timeout. 2:51 to play in the half. They're sitting on 50. The Bobcats sitting on 34.
Dominating Charlotte 50-34. I'm Patrick O'Neal. Stick around for our Jack in the Box halftime report. We'll hang out with Kiki and Norm. We'll talk about Kobe Bryant. What a first half. Will he get to rest in this game? Andrew Bynum, how many points will he finish with? Those are a couple of all-stars by the end of this night or by tomorrow morning anyway. Highlights, analysis, all the good stuff. Back inside, though, to Bill and Stu. And Stu, now, maybe Kobe's like, look, I got to get my points early in this one and maybe sit out the fourth quarter because he's going off right now.
Yeah, he's going off all right. He's made some good shots. 8 out of 14. A lot of them kind of routine. But the one that was the most difficult is this one right there. That is a difficult shot to make. And he made it look very, very easy. But I guess that's what happened when you're that talented. You can make things look that easy.
Well, in the only meeting of the year between these two teams, Lakers will not go to Charlotte this year. One of the quirks of the 66-game schedule. Lakers now dominating, and it's mostly 2 guys. Kobe with 22, as we just saw, and 12 for Andrew. Powell's only got 2. Laker bench has been outscored 17-10. Hasn't made much of a difference. Powell, little jumper.
You know what? Losing the handle on the ball on his pivot actually helped him because Diaw was there initially, but when he lost the handle, Diaw relaxed.
He's very efficient in his last game, 11 for 15. Here's a turnover for Charlotte. That is their 5th of the game.
Again, offensive foul on an illegal screen. There are times when I just want to hold a big man screen clinic. Just show them how, and you have to have a little bit of patience. You get that good screen and you get so anxious to go get a return pass.
How many years you hold that big man, champ? It's Powell, a big man in himself and with some great skills, scores underneath.
Well, how many years did Pete Newell hold the big man's camp?
That you were there with him.
I was there with him, 20-some years with him.
Great bear. Pete Newell. That one's out of bounds.
Well, they're just really spinning their wheels in mud, seemingly. And the Lakers know a little bit about it. Not as bad as the Hornets, or excuse me, the Bobcats, but the Lakers haven't played great basketball to start this season.
Paul Silas, not a whole lot expected of this team, even at the beginning of the year. You can just look at up and down the roster, and they were already thinking towards next season. Here's Diaw. Thus, there's kind of a controversy going on in Charlotte. Do you play the kids and get them going, or do you throw the veterans out there because the season's lost already? 54-36.
Yeah, I think you got to find out what your youngsters can do.
Powell backing in. Over Diaw, going to settle in. So now it's Pau Gasol going to work. He has 8 and a couple of baskets in the last minute or so.
Trying to even up the balance here with the big 3. Andrew's in double figures, and with the next basket by Powell, he'll be there as well. And Andrew's being guarded by a guy that's about a $190, it seems.
And Kobe, amongst his teammates, gets that rebound. 1 minute to play in the half. Dominated by the purple and gold. Kobe off balance, going left, shooting right, doing it all. 24 points in this first half.
Shot that one off the wrong foot. He's a right-hander, shot it off the right foot.
Matt Barnes will be in if there's a whistle in this last 45 seconds. Diaz spinning and turning, not close. Derek Fisher has one get right in his lap.
Derek needs a shot. He's only taking 2.
Yeah. Spread it around.
Kobe said, that's all right, Stu. I'll take it for Derek.
That's a lob underneath. The Lakers, by the way, there's your assist for Kobe.
About time.
Everybody talks about Lob City across the hall. The Lakers, that's their 37th alley-oop dunk. That is right now 6 more than the Clippers have had all year. How about that?
Well, Boris Diaw, I guess he's their offense because he is really taking an enormous amount of shots, what I think for him in a team concept.
60 points. 60, and Kobe's having fun. 60 to 36. He's going up. He's going to stay fouling.
Why?
1.6.
He's going laterally behind the three-point. Well, I guess that's Kobe Bryant. He can make anything, but laterally behind the three-point line, and they take the foul. So now he's going to catch it and shoot. He made a nice read to Andrew, and Andrew says, thank you, Kobe. Those are the easy kind.
Kobe turns at the buzzer. Not going to get there, but what a half for the Lakers, as expected. And they're rolling over the Bobcats, beating them down right now, 60 to 36.
And that's why to start the third quarter, they've got to come out with a very aggressive attitude. Try to take this 24-point lead, make it 34, and then sit down for the rest of the night.
Once again, the score at the half, Lakers 60, Bobcats 36. Stay tuned for the Jack in the Box halftime report. We'll send it outside of the guys right after this break. Basketball brought to you by Jack in the Box. Right now, the Jumbo deal is back at Jack in the Box. A Jumbo Jack, 2 tacos, fries, and a drink for just $4.29 plus tax. By One West Bank, doing business one person at a time. And by Kumho Tires, introducing the new Exta 4X. Forget the forecast. Kumho Tires, let's go! Welcome back to downtown Los Angeles. We're just moments away from the start of the third quarter. Stu is alongside. Things coming easy for the Lakers right now. But as we all know, they've got to come out with energy and intensity here in the beginning of the third quarter and really put it away.
Oh, yeah. If they come out with the beginning of this third, the first 5 minutes, if they can win that by 5 to 10 points, this game is history, and the Lakers will get a lot of rest. One of the reasons why they have such a big advantage is because of number 24. In the first half, he just flat went off. He was making everything. He came out of the locker room with that look in his eye like, I'm going to jumpstart our team, and I'll make sure we get out of the gate early. And get out of the gate early, they did. He was making every kind of shot. Runners, three-pointers, you name it, he was making. Now it's time for tonight's bucket chart, brought to you by your hometown KFC. You can see how all over the floor he was. Those makes are great. Those misses, well, we'll have to get him to improve on those. He's good. He's not perfect, but what a half he enjoyed. I'm sure the coaching staff enjoyed that first half. Let's go down to Chris McGee. Chris?
Stu, you're right. They did, but I asked them if there was something they didn't like, and they said too many offensive boards for the Bobcats. It's been an area where the Lakers have struggled. They said they have to improve, and it's all about their rotations. What they liked was their second unit. Said they might have found something. They love the spacing. They love buying them in the post and how they got him the basketball. And, of course, Bill, the goal, maintain this lead and get some guys some rest.
Now this is unfolding exactly the way we figured it might. This Charlotte team, just a mess. They play out of the Southeast Division. The Heat, the Hawks, the Magic. And they've lost 8 straight, 14 to 15, 1-10 on the road. 3-4 lifetime here, and a loss tonight. It certainly seems that is where they're going. Would be their longest losing streak since they set a franchise record 13 in a row in the loss column back in 06. So yeah, they have been decimated by injuries, but as mentioned, it's just a roster that was kind of haphazardly put together, and here they are in the kind of straits that they're in. Now we start the third quarter, and Meta World Peace Takes a telegraph pass from Tyrus Thomas for a steal.
One of the things we try to teach players, especially bigs, if you hold the ball over your head trying to pass it, where does the defense think you're going to throw it? They're going to think you're throwing it over their head. So their hands are up. It's easy to pick those kind of passes off.
See how the Lakers come out. That's what we talked about. Try to get them on the bench for the entire fourth quarter. Pretty left hand from Andrew Bynum and the entry from Derek Fisher.
Well, you talking about showing your defensive center a different array of shots. Andrew, his job had his head spinning. He has no idea what's coming.
Andrews 16.5 points a game, over 12 rebounds, couple of blocks per. He comes down with yet another board. He's 1 rebound away from a double-double. Powell's got 8 points and 5 as he looks to get in position on the block. Kobe for 3. Got to get the bounce, does not. Charlotte, where Paul Silas wants him to run, is begging for them to run.
But who do they have who can keep up with Kemba Walker?
Yeah.
I mean, he's running, but he's saying, where are you guys?
Jump shot is just not even close for Tyrus Thomas.
That was a 14-foot shot that went 12.
And he's signed up for 3 more years here at $24 million.
Speaking of shots going short,
yes.
Did you see the free throw, the job shot in the last game or so? Shot a free throw.
How short?
The free throw line is 15 feet away.
Yeah.
Shot it like 10 feet. He missed it by a good 5 feet.
I'd like to see him get up there again, see what he can do. Here's MWP trying to bounce it in. Kobe's going to save it.
He better shoot it.
Yeah, he's got 3 on the shot clock. 3. It's going to be to the left and miss. And Jop has control. He's averaging 1 point a game. Is Ghana Jop. Played 17 minutes in their last game. Scored a point. Was 0 for 4 from the field, but did have 18 rebounds in 17 minutes, which was a season high for him. 8th overall pick. Long time ago, 2001. Kobe tried to steal from behind. He gets help from Andrew, but up and over, Gerald Henderson scores.
That's a very nice looking shot by Henderson because he got a chance to see the 7-footer rushing at him, but nice arc on it. Put it in.
Henderson out of Duke. Powell facing up on Boris Diaw. He'll attack, sees the double. Again, good ball movement into the corner. Meta world peace. Lakers now in defensive mode. They've held the opposition to 31% tonight. That's going to go down after that miss. Lakers will run. Fast break points tonight for the Lakers. They've had 2 down low. In very deep is Bynum, and he's grabbed by about 3 guys.
You're absolutely right,
chance,
too.
they?
They had a chance. I talked about that shot from Gerald Henderson. He turns, sees Andrew. He's got good lift of his own and gets it high over the arm of Andrew Bynum for the sweet shot. That's their highlight of the night.
Derek Fisher playing a little more than half a game. As the minutes have gone up since Blake has gone out. Oh, how about Powell? Got up in the air, a little clutch, and shot from about 16 feet. He's in double figures with 10.
He showed some strong hands on that one because Diaw actually slapped the ball as he was going up, and that's why he had to double clutch it. But he concentrated on the target and got the hoop.
Out the other end, slashing to the basket and scoring is Tyrus Thomas.
That young man just needs to stay healthy. I say that about a lot of players. Everybody wants to stay healthy. But he's got some ability to get off the floor, and he's worked on his mid-range game.
Yeah, they gave up a high pick to get him when he was with Chicago. They've been playing him a little bit at the 3 and the 4. They got a whole bunch of power forwards on this team. Kemba Walker marches into the front court. Not quite the shooter that he was in college yet. He was kind of more of a scorer, though, when he was with UConn. Here's Henderson. Jop don't want to take that. Kemba Walker to beat the clock. Showed it right there, though, didn't he? Nothing but net. He has 7 points.
Learning the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts of the NBA.
He is moving the ball a little bit better. He was holding on to it a little bit too much. That's something a point guard has to learn. Kobe runs into a man, bowls him over, and it's going to be a blocking foul.
The only reason that turned into a blocking foul is Kobe slid to his left right before contact. As we look at Kemba Walker with that jump shot. It's nice. It's nice.
Second personal, second team foul. Kemba's one of the guys, obviously, they're excited about, and they want to get him as much extended time as possible. Coming off of that triple-double. Kobe going to isolate. Here comes the double. Kobe goes baseline. Andrew was just almost there for the offensive rebound, knocked out of bounds, and Charlotte will control. 64-42. Lakers on their way to their 13th win. They can just maintain.
Well, the first 5 minutes or 4.5 at least. The Lakers been outscored by 2. They led by 24 at the break and lead by 22 now.
Trouble. Job.
If you're not going to win it, you got to stay at least dead even with them.
Henderson rises, can't get it. Andrew Bynum doing a good job on the board.
It's his 10th rebound.
It's in his 11th double-double of the season. So rack another one up for Andrew Bynum. Remember, Friday in Denver, Saturday in Utah. Just the start of the 6-game trip. Bynum. Get a little hook, not going to get there. Powell's battling, can't get it. And Henderson will control. Lakers get back on defense. The defense is taking a bit of a holiday. A couple of the last games.
See, watch this transition. Watch this. See what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why they don't run.
Henderson scores, fouled, and a silly foul and a score. He'll have a 3-point opportunity as Meta World Peace got back late after that ill-advised fast break for the Lakers.
He's thrown ahead to Powell, but he throws it ahead. Powell, first of all, wasn't looking. Then when he caught sight of the ball, it was well out in front of him and straight out of bounds.
2 fast break points for the Lakers tonight. It's someplace that they're going to get beat up on.
Oh yeah,
a lot of these games. Yeah. That's not their game.
Not at all.
Here's Henderson. He gets it. So all of a sudden, a few points, but it's still an 18-point lead.
Yeah, Mike Brown sees just a little bit of lackadaisical play here. He wants to make sure he stops it right here. Once was as high as 26. The Bobcats struggling. But it's time now for the Kumho Tire scoring run. Let's go! And that's what the Bobcats are yelling. Let's go, because they need some easy hoops. And they need them in a hurry because they still trail by a bundle. This 8-0 run, well, they need to stretch that to about an 18-0 run.
Yeah, one thing they're doing on the Lakers, and we continue to watch that number rise, offensive reboundings. They've had 11 against the purple and gold. Third quarter, Charlotte 50%. Lakers hold to start 2 for 7. The Charlotte team will be in Portland tomorrow. Michael Jordan's team, and we all know his great playing career, but sketchy at best, his front office success. Gasol waving Kobe into the offense. Still 10 on the shot clock, so plenty of time. Lob under the ball. Yes, sir. Look out.
Boy, they set that up perfectly. And Powell was directing traffic the whole way.
You like that?
It's amazing how bigs look for each other.
Beautiful quarterbacking in Super Bowl week. Pau Gasol on top. Powell in the defensive stance. Kobe, do or die steal. Henderson will have a free look.
Yeah, you can see why Gerald Henderson is their leading scorer. He's got a nice game. He really does. He's got 12 points to lead them again tonight.
He scored 18 in a game against the Lakers last year. Their only starter to average at least 14. He's got 15 per game. Offensive foul.
And that last play, as Powell picks up an offensive foul this time down. The last time down is he's directing traffic and finally throws it up. Andrew throws it down. That's a beautiful pass, right on the money.
The Charlotte team's only shot 3 threes, made 1. They are not a good three-point shooting team. 25th in the NBA. One reason why they're trying to work it inside. Jop. That would have been a tough one to Diao. You got 3 on the shot clock. Look at Jop going to work. Outside, there's a 3. They hit it. Just as I say, they're one of the worst shooting threes teams in the NBA.
Well, they've cut 11 points off that big lead of 26.
Goudlock trying to come to the rescue. He'll be in. When it's dead, Kobe for 3. This could make it interesting. This time down the floor. 66-51. Just under 5 minutes to play in the third. There's a huge Laker lead at the half.
24. Yeah, that's huge.
Walker going one-on-one. Rising above the big fella. Powell cleans the glass with effectiveness. Look at setting up early was Andrew. He's going to get the lob underneath. They read that well and hitting the deck really, really hard. What was that? Was that Thomas? I think it was Tyrus Thomas.
Now, just talking about him staying healthy. But when, keep in mind, the higher you jump, the more chance of injury.
And now Meta World Peace will pick up a foul. That's going to be his 4th foul.
The more time you spend in the air, the more chances you have to get an injury. Tyrus Thomas read this play, jumps, and then, boy, he hits that floor rather hard. Nobody wins the battle of the floor. Mr. Floor wins every time.
He got up there, though, didn't he? And he read that well, Kobe, to Andrew. And now he's going to the bench. So Thomas will go to the bench. Looks okay. But you're right. That floor is tough to beat, isn't it?
No, it's not tough to beat. It's impossible to beat.
Unbeatable.
Yes,
unbeaten.
Indeed.
Forrest Diaw wanted 2 in a row. Jop volleyballs it out of bounds.
You know, the floor is like Father Time, undefeated.
Powell and the Lakers. Next 6 on the road. 9 of 12 on the road before the All-Star break, which is coming up the end of next month, as we are at the end of January right here.
Coach Mike Brown cannot be happy about this quarter at all.
Look at that fumbling.
They've played 8 minutes and they've scored 6 points.
That's the Lakers of earlier this month. 2 decent offensive efforts, at least the whole game last time when they scored over 100 for only the 2nd time this year. And the first half, which was great. Little shake and bake for Kemba. Diaw's attacking the rim, and he'll score.
Yeah, Powell should have blocked that one. That's the one, though, that because Boris shot that one a good 6 inches below the rim.
The crowd, the Lakers, all in a little bit of a snooze right now. Barnes, he's going to rise up and score it. Count it.
Goaltending. You know, if they hadn't touched it off the glass, it wasn't going in. I don't think that shot was going initially.
But it was goaltending, and it went through. Matt Barnes, his first 2. He's played 10 minutes in this game. Ebanks, McRoberts, Morrison, Walton, the Lakers who have not seen the floor. Again, Henderson. Couldn't get the shooter's roll. Henderson, 24 years of age, restricted free agent. Kobe spinning and doubled on the baseline. Wide open is Murphy on this side, but timeout. No way you're going to be able to see him. Gowlock, here comes a pass to Murphy, stepped inside and clanked it.
Should have backed up behind the 3.
Walker, that's the ultra quick one. Count it, foul, and all of a sudden it's 68-55 and a free throw coming with 2:49 to go in the third.
Like I talked about, this has been a terrible quarter for the Lakers. Big leads in the NBA are known to be dangerous, but they shouldn't be this dangerous. You come out to start the third quarter with a 24-point lead, and all of a sudden you go right to sleep.
Only leading by 13 now, 68-55 over the Bobcats. Time for the Carl's Jr. Sports Update around the NBA. Carmelo Anthony is back, and he's backing Coach D'Antoni. He returns to the lineup after missing 2 games. He scores 25 points, and the Knicks win. For the first time, 9 out of 10 games they had lost. And Carmelo came out today and publicly said, we are backing Coach 100%. The Celtics win without Rondo. Rondo missed his 7th consecutive game. They are 5-2 without their star point guard and 5-8 with him. And All-Star voting finishes tonight. Kobe Bryant will lead the Western Conference. And congratulations to Andrew Bynum. He will lead the centers in the Western Conference. Bill, Stu, I know that was a huge goal for Andrew.
Absolutely was a big goal for him. I mean, individually, all players set that as a goal. But in the context of the big picture, you want to make sure your team is playing well.
There will be a heavy Los Angeles flavor on the Western Conference when it comes time to play that All-Star game into February in Orlando. 68-56. Kemba Walker now in double digits with 10 points.
Big trip for the Lakers here. Big trip.
Yeah, trying to end this strong. Barnes for 3. In there!
Are you kidding me? That makes it a real nice trip. That's Matt needs to see the ball go through the net a few times and get himself going.
Lakers looking for their first back-to-back since they had that 5-game streak early this month. Diaz. Not going to get there. Troy Murphy has it again. Lakers with 10 turnovers in the contest, so they've overcome Charlotte in that regard. One of the reasons why the Bobcats actually shooting a lot more field goal attempts here in this quarter than the Lakers. Minute and a half remaining. Kobe going to work. 3 on the clock. He's going to have to rise and score. Underneath, just barely getting it away. That's not going to count.
24-second violation.
Yeah, absolutely.
That ball, Kyle's shot looked like it hit the back of the rim, though.
Did he get it away in time? Maybe that's not what
probably what they're saying.
I don't think Powell got it away in time. Kobe, because when I was looking and Kobe was rising up, there was only a second to go.
Yeah.
I was thinking, no way he's going to get it to Powell. He has to shoot it.
Discontinued dribble.
A 3 on the way. Nothing but gold jerseys controlling that, and the Lakers will set it up, bring it down to their half-court set. And Kobe goes right into the double. Now he and Mullins pushing around each other a little bit, but this is going to be a jump ball. So the Lakers, you know, the energy hasn't been there this half. The focus hasn't been there this half. They didn't practice yesterday, and they came out on fire tonight.
Double technicals on Gerald Henderson.
Oh, your favorite
Kobe
thing.
Bryant.
Your favorite thing.
Oh, I love those.
71-56. There's this scrum as he goes right into the double.
Well, they end up with a jump ball, but it started with Mullins on the elbow, and then Gerald Henderson's the third man in. That's not good. Kobe told him too.
He's pointing fingers. Now you don't do that again. The Mamba not in a good mood right there.
And obviously they've gotten under his skin a little bit, so let's see what happens.
Oh, you know he plays well mean, right?
Oh, he's one of the exceptions to the rule.
Yep. Ahead, Troy Murphy gets back, transition defense. Good play by Troy. Kobe, yeah, he's mad, he's shooting. Wanted it badly, didn't get it. Coming up on a minute to play here in the quarter. Tell you what, Brown has had a game. He's 5 for 8, 12 points.
Well, that's where, as a teammate, especially as a guard, you have to recognize who's got a pretty hot hand and run plays for him.
Good balance for Charlotte. They steal it again, and Brown's there, puts Barnes in the air, and didn't try the field goal attempt. Instead, it's Reggie Williams. Well, it looked like Brown had a great look at a layup, or at least trying to draw a foul, and then he brought it out to Williams. Yeah, so a wasted trip for
hindsight is 20/20, and I'm sure he's thinking the same thing. What am I thinking? We're in transition. All I have to do is go head up and probably get fouled, but he chose not to attack, and as a result, they come away with zip.
So Kobe, 26 minutes. No, he's got 28 minutes. I'm looking at Bynum and Gasol, both of them with 26. So evenly distributed by Brown and his staff. In that regard, minutes played for the starters. 10 on the shot clock, 22 on the game. Gowdlock thinking about it.
You better think a lot, Dan.
There's his runner. It's in there. That's becoming a crowd favorite. 9 points for Gowdlock.
Yeah, and he's becoming a crowd favorite as well.
Favorite of his team, his teammates too, because he's helping this offense get reignited. Can they get down there? No, they can't. They'll take the rebound and end the quarter, and 3 chapters are written in this one.
Well, the third quarter was not pretty for the Lakers. They were outscored by 9, so Mike Brown now has a situation where had they won by 9, they would have rested their starters possibly, but now he's going to have to probably bring them back. We head to the fourth. The Lakers, 73.
Back to Staples Center. I'm Chris McGee. Lakers leading 73-58. Quinn Snyder joining me now. Coach, obviously frustrating for the staff. It seemed like he lost that energy and focus. Why? And what's going to be key moving forward in the fourth quarter?
Well, you know, it's human nature when you get a big lead, and you know that's not an excuse. We got to fight that. I thought towards the end of the quarter we got a little bit of it back, and it starts on the defensive end. If we can get some stops, we'll get some easier baskets.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck. All right, back up to you. Bill, Stu?
Fourth quarter, Lakers won the tap to start the game, so they'll have it to start the fourth quarter. Gowdlock, Barnes, Bynum, Capono, and Murphy, the 5 on the floor for the Lakers. Kobe's night, you see it there. Bryant with 28 minutes, 24 points in that huge first quarter as he started the game on fire. Now it's Bynum dealing with the double team, and 7 on the shot clock. Capono in the middle to Barnes. He can't get it, and Charlotte will have an opportunity, down 15 as we get things going here in the final 12 minutes.
But again, the Lakers ran all through that offense just to get the ball to Andrew on the box. So they wasted probably a good 17, 18 seconds, and then were forced to get a shot they didn't really want.
DJ White, the mid-range jumper. He's got 3 points in the contest. Lakers right now tied in the West with Portland and Houston for the 7th spot. We talked about how you can win a couple of games and move up 3 or 4 spots in a day or two. Right now in the Wild West. Gallock not getting there, so the Lakers missing a couple of shots to open the quarter. And Mullins has to tie his shoe before he joins his friends.
Lakers are messing around. They're going to make this a nail biter here in the 4th quarter.
Lakers really unable to blow anybody out this year.
Right now, they're not even thinking about blowing people out. They're just thinking about winning.
73-60 to a team that is bad at 3-18. But again, you got players out there that, you know, can get hot. And we've seen that tonight. Goudelock. Murphy with 2 on the shot clock, and it's going to be an empty possession, it looks like again. Oh, a bailout. Bailout. And the Lakers will take it.
Nobody is diving when Andrew gets the ball, and they are making sure on the catch of Andrew, they're double teaming him. So somebody has to dive, and that's going to free up either them for the layup or probably the next pass will be around the perimeter for an open shot.
What was a great offensive game is gone into stagnant mode for the Lakers. Too many steps. That's a travel and a turnover. For the Lakers, that's turnover number 14, so the turnover's piling up, and the Bobcats have turned that into 16 points.
But one of the reasons why I say you get into your offense quicker, especially with this lineup, you've got to get the ball into Andrew a lot faster, give yourself a chance to run some options.
Well, just looking for consistency. That's now 9 second-half turnovers for the Lakers, and they give up another basket on this end. DJ White continues to play well, too, off the bench.
26 down to 11, and all the momentum is with the Bobcats right now.
And their bench is really contributing now to this great run for them. Goudelock, Capono, he's due for a 3. That wasn't even close. Underneath, Barnes sneaks in there.
Good pass, Jason Capono.
And Barnes with the left-hand follow.
That was one of the worst misses you'll ever see from Jason Capono.
Jason, one of the top all-timers, really, during his career. At the other end, Andrew Bynum, he's already got his double-double. That's rebound number 11 to go with his 18 points. Goudelock orchestrating. Remember Denver on Friday. We'll be back home in 2 weeks. Underneath Bynum again. Boy, he's ducking and going up and under, and he's got a lot of moves now offensively down on the post.
And he's got a lot of size, too, and that's something that you just can't teach. And Andrew taking advantage of that situation. Go to the line, see if he can add to his points. He's got 18, and see if he can stretch the Lakers' lead up to 15.
You know, when he came into the league, he was the youngest player ever to play in the NBA. The youngest player right now in the league is Bismack Biyombo, and he's been on the bench tonight for the Bobcats.
How old is
19.
Bismack?
He's 19.
19?
Yeah, so right now he's the
Andrew had already been in the league 2
No,
years at that time.
Yeah, he was an old man. Biyombo from the Congo. Great defensive skills. He's got an incredible wingspan. It's the offense that, you know, they are hoping obviously will come around. And he's another one of those players that the fans back in Charlotte, like, play him. See what we got in the kid. Murphy.
The old rooting, they call that rooting when you have a post player and you're the defender and you put your leg between the offensive player's legs and use your knee to push him off the spot. They took that out of the game some years ago.
Kemba Walker. There's Reggie Williams. Again, if you joined us late, he's making his debut for the season. Mullins can score. Little guy Goudelock going up the ladder to get a rebound. Boy, and really earning the trust of Mike Brown is Andrew Goudelock. Goudelock with 18 minutes tonight, Fisher 21, so he's got the Steve Blake role right now, while Blake is on the shelf. Interesting to see how that rotation is going to pan out. Murphy for 3. Well, Troy Murphy.
That was a frozen rope that was nothing but bottom.
Not a lot of room for error.
Not a lot of room there.
6 points. Bynum.
Nice challenge.
Yeah, he was out there and he altered that shot. Lakers now getting their groove back, up 18. Just 8 minutes to play. Bynum calling for the basketball, wants it on DJ White. Gowdlock, rainbow, yes! Fresh snow for Andrew Gowdlock, 10-0 run, and it's a 21-point lead again.
Well, basketball's a game of runs, and right now the Lakers put on a little spurt of their own to push their lead back to 21. 5 under their all-time high tonight is the rookie, Andrew Gowdlock, showing more and more confidence. The Lakers are leading again by 21. It's been Kobe Bryant, one of our leaders, with 24 points. Leading scorer in the game is Kobe, and has some help from Andrew Bynum with 20 on 8 out of 11 from the field. And for the Bobcats, Gerald Henderson with 12. And off the bench, Mr. Brown has played very well. He's got 12 of his own on 5 out of 8 from the field. So they've got a couple of players that have been able to produce a little offense, but the rest have pretty much struggled.
Well, Charlotte cut the lead, Stu, to 11 points at 73-62. Since then, you mentioned the game of runs, the NBA, it's a 10-0 run. Kobe, 18 points in the first, 6 in the second, and no points in the second half. He's not in the game right now. And it's settled in on the outside. DJ White.
Would make coaches happy when they call a timeout, they draw up a play, and you go out and score on that play. Makes them think they're geniuses.
By the way, good job by the Laker bench tonight. 25 points for each bench. So when you can battle the opposition equal, that's good for the Lakers. Barnes gun it out to Capono for 3. In there. Good for Jason.
Capono said, hey, Stu, I missed that last one. You know that's not like me.
He's really needed one. He's had a couple of games where literally he's had goose eggs across the stat sheet. 7-8 minutes with nothing to show for it. And Capono that time hits a 3. Lost a little defensively, but there was a whistle before.
You talk about telegraphing a pass. If Andrew doesn't kick it, Matt Barnes definitely intercepts it. He was on the move. He read the play from the beginning.
Pau Gasol hustles back in. The Spaniard. Of course, he went up against his international teammate Ricky Rubio. See then where they went on and won the game the next night, did Minnesota, on the road. This is one of 7 games tonight in the NBA. Walker, shake and bake, going. Whoa! Tried a reverse layup and he's fouled as he went through about 2 or 3 Lakers to get to the rack.
Well, he's got some good quickness. Shot clock was really an issue, but with his speed, he gets to the rim and gets hit, goes to the free throw line to shoot a pair, trailing by 22.
Can work on his distribution, his passing skills. That's where they want him to work on the most, that vision as a passing point guard. Kind of what they've identified him that they will want him to get better at. 11 points for Walker. A tough road for the rest of the year. But they're not guaranteed the top pick either. If they continue at this pace, we'll just have more ping pong balls in there. Here's Gowdlock. Jason just hit one. Again, a member of this team. Good pass under to Powell, but he has it swatted away by Thomas. Don't worry, Powell. Thomas does that to a lot of guys in this league. Underneath, reverse layup is good by Henderson.
Yeah, especially when you waltz in there just thinking you're going to just flip it up. You've got to attack the basket most of the time with aggression.
Yeah, he was not as he has been, at least last game, but Thomas is a top 6 block shot artist in the league. Capono finds the open man, Murphy. He's got a good arc and a great result. Murphy, as he was found by Jason Capono, who gets the assist.
You know, one thing the Lakers have done pretty well tonight is move the basketball. They've pushed it around quite a bit, and that keeps the defense running after you, especially after any kind of a double team.
Last 4 field goals for the Lakers have all been threes. A team that just couldn't shoot straight from beyond the arc up until the last 3 games or so. Gowdlock trying to make it another one. Lakers will get an offensive rebound.
Can throw it away.
Troy Murphy was right inside of the line of the Laker girls, and we go the other way, and Walker is intentionally fouled.
Well, that's got to be a pretty frightening sight to have Kemba Walker coming at you full speed, one-on-one. What do? You holler, help!
C. Come in today and taste why fresh is better. And by Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. February 17th in 3D. Fox Sports West is proud to present Lakers basketball, brought to you by KFC. Come in today and taste why fresh is better. And by Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance in theaters February 17th in 3D.
5:35 still to play here in the ball game. The Lakers up by 21 as they've answered the run by the Bobcats. It's time now for the Coors Light Freeze Cam. And Kobe Bryant and Andrew Bynum. Kobe had been torching them from the perimeter, but this time he decides to go up and pass it to Andrew, and Andrew says, nice play, Kobe. The Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Lakers, their 9 threes tonight matches a season high that they made against the Knicks earlier. There's Andrew's numbers. Rise in minutes, rise in points, rise in rebounds, rise in effectiveness, and he's going to be an all-star. Along with Kobe going to Orlando. Lakers are going to win their 13th game of the year through those 9 losses. Oh, blocked by Barnes, out of bounds as he rakes it. But it'll be Bobcat ball with 9 on the shot clock.
Well, the head fake was for Troy Murphy, and I don't know why Mr. Thomas didn't know that Matt Barnes was sitting on his right shoulder.
Lakers going to be 5 over 500, 4 over 500 rather, before they go on this trip. Williams in the lane.
He can score. I'm surprised he's not having a better year than he's having, because he can score.
89-70. 5 minutes to go. See if some of the other guys get off the bench here in the last couple of minutes. Barnes. Capono finding that stroke. That's another example of good ball movement.
A good ball movement. You know, he's just finding shots now. They're finding him when he's open. You have to take advantage of what a player does best. And obviously, Jason Capono is a good three-point shooter, so you got to find shots for him.
That year that he was on Miami and they won the championship, he was over 50% from out there. It was just an unbelievable year for him when he got his minutes.
Well, we're going to see our first look at Josh McRoberts tonight as he comes in and Powell heads to the sideline. Hopefully we won't see any of the starters anymore tonight.
Yeah, this is something we haven't seen in a while. End of the game, and the guys are putting on their sweats, and work is done. 4.5 to play. We'll see in 2 weeks, by the way, when the Hawks are here. Hawks pretty good, too.
But Reggie, did you just not hear me say I thought you were a good scorer? And then you throw up that brick.
Reprimand him. Hawks 15-6 coming into the night.
I'm not going to have to reprimand him. Coach Silas is going to take care of that by sitting him on the sideline.
5 on the shot clock. Again, moving it around the perimeter, and Barnes will take it. He's got it. How about the Lakers shooting threes tonight?
They're shooting 54% overall, 46% from behind the arc.
The Lakers in their last 4 games are over 40%.
Stop the presses.
Right.
Stop the presses. A Luke Walton sighting.
Oh, you can hear the crowd. It's emanating from the upper deck.
He hasn't played since Hatchet was a hammer.
No, not there. McRoberts. Yeah, so this will be a fun time for some of the Lakers. Murphy, they're unconscious. The Lakers are unconscious, for them at least, from beyond the arc. 12 for 26.
Let success be your guide. They're shooting it and it's going in, so they continue to look at it.
Let's hope that carries over to Denver, someplace that they have notoriously shot horribly. Remember, Kobe, his 22 field goals first time around on New Year's Day. Hopefully it's revenge and redemption time for Kobe Bryant and the rest of the team on Friday.
It looked like Matt Barnes created a turnover there, but they're ruling that Matt touched it last. I thought White touched it last.
So Luke Walton into the game. Three minutes to play. Williams right in front of Norm Pattis and Mary Turner. Cannot save it, and we'll have a timeout.
2:59, still 2:59 to go.
Oh, it's over, Stu.
But then let's stop the game. But there's 2 minutes and 59 to play as the Lakers have a nice cushion, their biggest lead of the night, thanks to the three by 28 with 2:59 to play. One of the reasons they're shooting the ball from behind the arc. 12 for 26 overall in the reserves, 10 for 14. Gowdlock, Matt Barnes, Troy Murphy. I mean, these guys are just lights out from behind the arc. So when you're shooting it that well, outscoring the opposition by 30 from behind the arc, you should be winning.
28% on the season. So the most three-point field goals made and attempted this year. Luke Walton has not played since the Utah game. And they'll play again in Utah. Oh, tipped up and in.
Devin Ebanks,
who's made an appearance off the bench. Remember, Luke played a couple of games in a row when they really needed him. And again, the Lakers, that was their first road win. They'll play there again on Saturday. The bench has been great tonight. They've gotten an opportunity against the Charlotte team. Three of their players off the bench, the Lakers, are in double figures.
There's going to be a lot of people heading to Jack in the Box.
Oh, more tacos tonight.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, Lakers 100 points.
Jack in the Box.
How about the second game in a row over 100, so we can really put that one to bed. And now the third time this year, Devin Ebanks, I want mine.
Devin Ebanks said, look, I was a starter at the beginning of the year. I got to work my way back into some kind of a rotation here.
Nick Roberts and Walton, the only two that haven't scored. We'll see if we can get them a bucket before it's over. Minute 55 left. 13-0 run. Darius Morris has it knocked away. Capono. Here's Luke. Definitely wants him to fire it up.
He's trying to remember how to do that. It's been so long.
Morris hasn't scored either until right there. Darius hadn't scored either, but Darius rode it right up and in.
I mean, I don't care how undermanned you are, you still have to put up resistance. And the Bobcats, I mean, they're just not putting up any kind of resistance.
Yeah, I think that's what's been driving Paul Silas crazy. And just some days the effort is not there. We know the talent is lacking, but if you can go out there, look at Ebanks. He's got a one-track mind. I'm going to the basket. Offensive foul. There's Paul. Well, you can just imagine. He was the interim coach last December. That tag was removed on February the 16th. You know, I'll give you a great stat with Paul Silas, and it can be a wonderful trivia question. He's one of only 5 players ever in NCAA college history to average 20 points and 20 rebounds in his career. The other guys are pretty good, too. I'll give it to you in a second.
You have the list, you know. Xavier McDaniels? Is he one?
Dr. J.
Wait a minute. Don't let me guess.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. You got 4 guys. I just gave you Dr. J.
Dr. J, so it's down to 3 now, huh?
Down to 3.
Is Kermit Washington on there?
Yes, he is. Well done.
I thought Xavier McDaniels was on
Well,
there.
this is what it was. This was from their notes, so
okay.
I'm trusting them.
I'm just, okay.
Okay, Kermit was 1.
Okay, who's the other 2?
Bill Russell, Artis Gilmore.
How dumb can a person be? William Felton should have been on my list. Mr. Russell.
Yep.
God, I mean, he... yeah.
2020 for your career.
It's impressive.
Yeah, it is. Nick Roberts. You know, there's names like Bill Walton and Kareem. You know, a lot of great guys that... Paul Silas is on that. Oh, good pass to Nick Roberts. Look out. He throws it down, so he's on the board. So the only one without a point is Walton. So see if we can get Lukewood on their final shot down the floor. It'll probably be the last time they shoot.
Let me send this carrier pigeon down and
let him know that?
Let him know.
Oh, he knows. Williams, he hits it, so the Lakers will shoot it again. Morris is looking like he's anxious. There's Walton. You hear the crowd, but unselfish to the end. Luke Walton gives it up to Evanks. You got 7 on the shot clock. Gowdlock's going to fire. Oh! Out of bounds, 10 seconds left. Now remember, our next Fox Sports West game in 2 weeks.
Now they don't shoot it. Now you just pass it in and hatch it.
It's over.
Just hatch it.
So they let Charlotte get a little close, but then a true blowout tonight. And the Lakers, as the clock winds down, will win in fine fashion. And they go on their Grammy trip with a 2-game winning streak, 13-9, as they beat the Bobcats 106-73.
And they really did what they were supposed to do. Maybe the margin is a little bit wider than a lot of people thought, but they were expected to win this basketball game, and they did it with relative ease.
Again, KCAL 9, all trip except for the Boston game. We're back on Fox Sports West in 2 weeks. We're not even close to being done here because the pregame, or rather the postgame show is coming up in a minute. But right now, Chris McGee is on the floor.
Thank you, Bill. Andrew, 20-11 tonight. They really seem to focus to get you the basketball. You and Powell have been playing so well together over these last 2 games. Are you finally seeing that this offense is clicking?
I just wanted to come out and have fun. That's what I did. Powell's a great player. He's a great passer. He threw me a couple of lobs. He got me going.
It's fun when your bench scores 44 points, right?
It's great. We need them to score.
You know, you guys are going on the Grammy road trip. 6 games on the road. You've been on this many times before. What can it do for a basketball team if you're successful on this trip?
Well, it can bring us together. Bring us together defensively. We're going to have to play great basketball on the road. We need to get some road wins.
I want to remind the Staples Center fans that the All-Star voting ended tonight. You are tops in the league for center. I know it's going to be official on Thursday night, but let's make it official right here. What does it mean to you to lead the Western Conference in votes?
Man, I've always said I wanted to be an All-Star, and it's great to see it come to fruition. I can't wait to the game. If we win it, it means big things for the West, baby.
All right, good luck on that road trip. Coming up next, Patrick O'Neal in a preview of Lakers Live as the Lakers beat the Charlotte Bobcats 106-73.